Hey y'all, winter break is here. All right, if you're a parent with a kid with an IEP or any child at all, really, you may be feeling a few things. One of which is, hey, awesome, we get to be home and rest, right? And Lord of mercy, they're home all day for 2 whole weeks. It is a lot. I'm Katie, special education advocate and former special education teacher here in Virginia. And I do not want to turn winter break into some data tracking mission, right? We don't want to do that. I think the most important thing to do during winter break is something that we all lose sight of just in getting wrapped up in the day-to-day. And that is enjoying our child, right? Where they are and who they are right now. Okay. And that can actually lead to some really awesome insights for the school that you can report to them just by connecting with your kiddo and being curious. Let's talk about a few of those. Here's the truth that I wish schools would tell parents, and that is schools are built to compensate, okay? They're structured so your kid can function. There's visual cues, there's predictable routines, there's scaffolds from teachers and peers, and the structure helps your kid function and can hide difficulties at the same time, right? So when school stops, those supports drop, and what you're seeing at home may not be regression. It might just be real life. And that's important information as well, okay? The meltdown that you see at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for seemingly no reason, data point. The total calm you see in your kiddo after 2 days off, data point, okay? But before you go making charts and mental matrices, your first job for winter break isn't to be analyzing. Just breathe and be with your kiddo. Okay, let's talk about a few things we can just notice and be present for and do that might give us just some more insights into our kiddo over break that the school can't necessarily give us. And I think the first step in that is just acknowledging that break is hard. It's not all rainbows and butterflies and Christmas trees and snowmen and shining lights, right? It's a lot. And it's hard for kids and it's hard for parents and it's hard for you because you're all of a sudden the teacher, the support staff, the bus driver, the snack provider, the social filter, all rolled into one, okay? And you lose your own rhythm too, right? And when everybody's nervous system is all jacked, that's not the time to fix or learn anything. It just doesn't work. It's not gonna happen. It's time to focus on connection. And you could, these things that you've already heard, go for a walk, watch that same movie again, let them stim, go hide in the bathroom for 5 minutes. Try to release some of the control that you try to have so you can kind of reset and just chill. And I know that's very hard to do, and you may want to slap me right now for saying that, but I said it. So, because that is the real work, okay? Over winter break, you do not need to prove anything. You don't need to prove progress. You don't need to prove their skills. You don't need to prove anything about yourself, nothing. All that you need to do is just coexist with your kiddo in a more natural environment. And that alone is going to tell you some things that the school never could. The next thing we might want to talk about is that you just need to notice. We're not measuring. That just adds more pressure to your long to-do list, right? And we are just going to be present. And through that, we're going to be connected. And by having that connection, our mental notes and the things that we notice are going to stay with us, are going to have a stronger imprint on us. So if your child is avoiding reading all break, notice that. If your kiddo actually seems calmer when there isn't that constant structure, notice that. When your kid seems to have a difficult time with transition if there's not a visual schedule, take a mental note, right? You don't need to fix any of it. You just need to see it clearly. Think of yourself more like a detective leading with curiosity. You're not a judge and you're not a coach, right? You are just collecting pieces of a puzzle but that might come in handy later, right? And the paradox here is that when you strip away the academic pressure, kids often show their true patterns more authentically. Another thing to remember and consider is that connection is a data point too. And we forget this all the time because data can become very mechanical and sterile, and we lose the person inside of the data. But when your child laughs with you after a long day, that's data. When your kiddo comes to you for comfort instead of shutting down, data point. And behavior isn't misbehavior, and avoidance is telling a story, and so is happiness and joy and exhaustion, right? And this winter break can give you the opportunity to listen to that story without the noise of the school running interference. So as an advocate and a former special education teacher and sitting through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of IEP meetings, I can tell you when parents come in with those moments and share them, that information can be extremely helpful for your kiddo's IEP team, all right? So now we can kind of move into a little bit thinking about moving into action, right? And using what you see when you're ready, but not now. Right now, you just need to live it. So when January rolls around and you're going to be requesting testing, or your kiddo has an IEP, you can come back with what you noticed, right? And maybe transitions were brutal without structure. And that might mean that your kiddo needs more explicit preparation for schedule changes. If your kiddo reading time was painfully slow, that might mean decoding is a real issue for your kiddo and instruction needs to shift. Maybe you saw your kid thriving when they had movement throughout the day. That is an accommodation waiting to happen. None of this requires confrontation. It just requires knowing what's true for your unique kid and having the language to communicate that effectively. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to fight schools. I absolutely love teachers and I love educators. They're the ones on the front lines and they're with our kiddos every single day. I'm here to hold everyone accountable for the unique process of the individual student, what they need, and to collaborate to come up with solutions for that child. All right, the reset. Schools treat January like a clean slate. We might be working on new goals, there's new data cycles, and they're taking data on whether your kiddo has or has not shown regression actually in academic skills over that break. And that's important information for determining if your kiddo needs ESY or extended school year services. But parents who've been paying quiet attention at home, you come in with insights, invaluable insights, and you've seen the unfiltered version of your kiddo, not the in-school version. And when you lead with that clarity, the tone of the meetings change and you move from reacting to guiding, right? That's empowering. And think of it as that. Keep it in your back pocket. All right, y'all. So we're in it. We are in winter break, the very beginning. And take the pressure off of yourself. You don't need to engineer perfection or anything for that matter. You just need to be present enough to pay attention and notice things about your child, right? Enjoy your child. Laugh, rest, let things fall apart a little bit. It's fine. It's okay. I promise you, it's okay. And that's honestly where humanity lives and often where the truth lies. And if after break you're wondering if what you notice matters, it does. I promise you it matters, and you don't need to make sense of it. Just know that it matters. If you would like help turning those observations into something useful If you're requesting testing or during the IEP process, reach out to me. Email me at hello@theconnectedstudent.com and schedule your free 20-minute phone consultation, because a lot of times the most important data points are those moments of connection. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great break. And yeah, hope to talk to y'all soon. Bye.